Hi, this is Exploring with Em and Stu.
And today we are just south of Buxton to visit somewhere called Grin Low Tower, which is also known as Solomon's Temple. If you know Buxton area at all, you probably know it quite well because it sits right on top of the hill looking over the town. We're making our way up to it now, and I think there's a few more interesting little bits and pieces to look at along the way. So when we get there, we'll switch back on and show you.
Right, let's get cracking.
Grinlow Hill sits just south of the Derbyshire town of Buxton and was the main location for the early Buxton lime industry. It was an extensive area of limestone quarrying and was licensed for lime burning from the mid-1600s. The limestone was quarried and then crushed by hand. It was then burnt using either wood or coal to produce lime, which was mainly used in agriculture.
So I'm just walking up the side of Grin Low here, and just behind me is lots of little hollows where they used to quarry for limestone. And in fact, after they'd done that, they turned them into caves and lived in them, apparently. All these little hollows, and they say that 200 people apparently lived up here at one point in the sort of 17th, 18th century. That's quite interesting, but if we see anything else, we'll show you. So we've nearly reached the top now of Grin Low, and the tower is just in front of me. I just thought I'd show you some of this terrain. I'm not sure if you can see down here with my shadow, but we're absolutely surrounded by lime kilns from the 17th century, from when they used to quarry the limestone down there. I'll tell you a little bit of information about it in some voiceover, I think.
The numerous hollows and hillocks found throughout Grin Low are the remains of 17th and 18th century lime burning kilns and their spoil heaps. By the end of the 18th century, it is estimated over 1 million tonnes of waste material was deposited here. Despite its interestingly beautiful appearance now, the hill was in fact an industrial eyesore back in its day, prompting the 6th Duke of Devonshire to plant trees on its north side in 1820 to try and screen the eyesore, although quarrying continued on the south side right up until 1972.
Right, so we made it to the top of Grin Low Hill, I suppose they call it, to the site of Solomon's Tower. It might look like an ancient ruin or something, but it's not actually. It was actually built in the late 18th century, and I'm going to tell you a little bit of history about it now.
At the summit of Grin Low sits a Victorian folly known as Solomon's Temple. The tower was built in 1896 to replace an earlier one constructed by Solomon Mycock in the early 19th century, who was a local farmer and landowner. Not technically a folly, for the 20-foot high structure does actually have a practical purpose, for it was built on top of a Bronze Age burial mound.
Right, so there's actually stairs up to the top of this.
Yes.
It's only 20 foot high, but you know, you might as well have a little look, mightn't you?
Might as well. The little one's just running everywhere, so.
I'm not sure how much you're going to be able to hear if we try and talk to you up there because it's really windy, but we'll show you some of the views anyway.
Brilliant.
Right, so let's go. And here we are, right at the top. I don't know if you can hear me because it's absolutely blowing a gale, but I'm going to put a few scans in and show you some of the views, and then I'm going to get back down again.
During the Victorian era, Buxton became a popular spa town, and Grinlow Hill, with its tower, became a favourite destination for an afternoon stroll to admire the impressive views over the town. And it still continues to be so even today, attracting many visitors to its unusual landscape and to experience the stunning views over the heart of the Peak District.
Right, so we've just come down off of the hill. You can see the tower just over there because it was so windy up there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think Stu could breathe at all. But oh, the sun's come back out. But we hope you enjoyed this little video up on Grinlow Hill, I think they call it, Solomon's Tower. And so from Exploring with Em and Stu, thanks for watching. Bye.